Good morning. It's 9:30 in the morning and I just got up. So my face is a little bit puffy. And today the weather in Shanghai is it's 34 degrees outside and it says it's probably gonna rain. I feel like it's been like this the entire summer. For the past 3 months it's been smothering hot and very humid, and I don't know, I feel like Shanghai could do better. But first, let's get some coffee. Yeah, so recently I just started studying Hindi because I saw this course offered by the Indian Embassy in Shanghai, or the Indian Consulate General in Shanghai. And I thought, why not take this opportunity to study Hindi? Because I've always wanted to study an Indian language. I've thought of Tamil, I've thought of Bengali or Telugu. Because of this opportunity, I started studying Hindi. And honestly, the Devanagari script was not easy. Like, I'm still in the process of studying it, but there are a lot of phonemes, a lot of sounds that are just indistinguishable to me. Like ga, ka, ga, ga. Like, I can't tell the differences among these different phonemes. But I guess that's one thing that you always have to deal with when studying a new language is, to get used to new sounds. Another interesting fact I noticed immediately after I started studying Hindi was that Hindi actually shares a lot of similar vocabulary with Uyghur, like but or however in both languages would be likin. Yeah, I'm guessing it probably comes from the two languages' shared influence from Persian. And I suppose as I progress with Hindi, I'll probably be exposed to more and more of that kind of similarity because of the shared history.
Middle of the yes, you have to write it upon a small upon card.
Yeah, so it did start raining eventually, and the lighting is really bad. I don't know if you can hear the rain. So I had to turn on the lights in my library. And I want to share with you some of the books I've been reading recently. The book I've been putting most of my time on is A History of the English-Speaking Peoples by Winston Churchill. It's the book I started reading before going to London, and I also talk about this book in my Chinese podcast, 追来源杂记. So if you speak Chinese, you can search it on Chinese platforms or on Apple Podcast. So you can hear more about it in my podcast if you speak Chinese, that is. Another book I've been reading is this 汉书选, the official history of the Han Dynasty. Is very nerdy history stuff. And also, I think the most exciting one is this book I got from Jeju. It's called 식탁 위의 한국사, like Korean history on the food table. It's basically a peek into 20th century Korean history through a gastronomical perspective. It talks about how different historical events shaped Korean dining, from the colonization of Japan and through World War II, and also the Korean War and later developments, the division of the Korean Peninsula and military dictatorships under the two military governments, and then with American, Chinese, and Japanese influence all happening from different directions. And it talks about, the first chapter talks about how, like, before the Korean Peninsula became a Japanese colony, but there was already a lot of Japanese influence and Western influence. Like European or American missionaries and merchants or ambassadors, when they went to Korea, they weren't used to Korean food. So they brought a lot of cooks from Japan and China, especially Canton and Fujian. They brought these Chinese or Japanese cooks with them to cook for them Western food and Korea. And later, after these Westerners left, these Chinese people started developing their own cuisine in Korea. And also, a lot of immigrants from Shandong province also fled war from China to go to Korea. And these were the I guess the first predecessors of what would later become Korean Chinese food, like the famous jjajangmyeon, jangbong, and 탕수육, things like that. Fascinating stuff. This is my fourth book I've ever read in Korean, so I'm reading very slowly. I'm expecting to finish this book within this year, so I'm gonna take my time with it. I actually dedicate a lot of time to reading every day because I think reading is a very serious endeavor. If possible, I want to make reading my full-time job. I mean, reading and writing, probably. But then I'll have to waste my time in reading a lot of crap, terribly written crap. I remember about 2 years ago, I did a Saturday vlog as my typical Sunday schedule. When it's raining outside. When it's not raining, I'd rather go outside and have some fun. But yeah, there you go. Take care. Bye-bye.